Alright, welcome back, folks. We're here for some more Industrial Village. And it is a miraculous day. The Forester's Hut is finally up to level 3. The school is finally built. The school has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. But we're going to go look at it, which means we can get the sawmill researched. So, there's the Forester's Hut. Which now means he should be able to use iron tools. So we need to come in here and take out the stone, add iron axe. There we go. He can now have that. Is this the problem, Tamara? It says stripped oak log, but it says strip. Oh no, that says stripped spruce log. Can you look at those two and see why it seems they can't make stripped oak, but they can do stripped spruce? Because I don't get it. Also, I had her repair the university, and apparently they just don't get a back door. I thought they did. But here is our school now with its own door and comfy seats. So now we can hire us a teacher. And let's see. 6, 7. That'll work. And we have no pupils because we have no kids right now. But now, whenever we have kids, they will go to school, which will make them higher level when they are adults. Alright, so stone cake, there it is. So now that is started. That'll get us the sawmill available. And next we need to build a mine up to level 2 and level 3 so we can get the blacksmith's hut and the smelter. So that is our next thing, at least for that. And if Tamara is done with her organizing, she's trying to spring clean the huts over here. You said they'd lost one of the lanterns.
I have it in my inventory. The post lantern and 2...
Another knight died, huh?
Yeah, that's the one who gave me the. That's the one who gave me the
quest. Yeah, which means your quest ain't getting done because I had one ask me for a quest and
your floodlight
then died. Oh, the floodlight got taken down. Okay. Yep, we're gonna have to redo where the floodlight was because the oh, wait a minute, that's builder's hut. Wrong one. Hold on. Yeah, the post is here. The wire's missing, and now there's a lamp where the floodlight was. So I'll have to redo how that was. But anyways, we've got somebody having a problem sleeping and moving at the same time. Okay, but I want to get the mine down, and I want to get these farms down.
Okay.
So we're going to work on that. Are you ready? Can I start building again?
Yes.
I was on strict instructions. No more
just
building.
Wait till I cleared their shelves.
I know. She has this thing with organizing.
Well, if he has something that she wants, he's not actually going to give it to her.
Well, that's not my problem if you won't give it to her. That sounds like, between them.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
If
Just being
one
fair.
builder has something that the other builder has, they're not going to offer their supplies.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to clear it out so they're getting only the supplies that they're actually requesting and not just me dumping a whole bunch of stuff in there because we only had one in the beginning.
Yeah, but that should be a courier's job. Let them deal with it.
Now, yes.
Alright, so there's the front door. Let me get out of this hole. Come here, spider. Okay. So let's... Hey! Why are you shooting at my build?
Shooting at the skelly before he came too close.
Okay, where is...
I need a new mouse.
Is there not a... There's a pathway over there. Okay, so what if we turn this... No, that's moving it.
Wait.
Turning it this way.
Before you do that, where's the path?
That's what I'm trying to look at. You not listening? Okay, let's take this thing up.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Level 3, level 4. Alright, that's what it's going to look at level 5. And the only path is right here that leads to here. And there's no path out here for this part. There is a path right here. That'll work. Okay, so that's where we want it. I need to turn it 180 degrees. So we want it this side because that's the entrance.
Okay.
Now, I do want to put it down a block. I don't think we need it quite as low as that hole, but I do want to put it down to about there. And we're going to bring it back to about here. That'll give us room for the light and the road. Alright, so that is going to be done. And we don't need the actual field because it has a field built into it. We may have to place it down after, but we'll see. But that will take care of that part. Now we need a mine. And we want the mine just kind of out of the way. We don't really want it right on the main strip. So I think we're going to put it like back behind the builder's hut here.
I was about to say, yeah, put it next to the builder's hut.
So that would be fundamental, maybe? Yeah, mine. Alright, so there's the mine. And we're really not going to be using this because I do our mining. Thank you very much. I am the miner around this joint. But we will let them do a little bit of work. Let's go ahead and move this back this way. We'll turn it this way. Yeah, like that. And then we'll move it back in like that. Let me put the goggles back on so I can see the builder's hut in the warehouse here. Yeah, that looks like that'll work good right there. We're going to put the road in up here, and that thing comes... Did we put the intersection here? No, we put one going that way. So we'll probably do... Let's go ahead and hold on. We're going to wait on that for just a minute. And we're going to switch this out to a road real quick. Straight long. Bring it back. Okay. So that'll go there. We'll put Rosie on it. That'll get this done, so then we can have a path from there to there. And then we'll put a T, well, no, we'll put a, we'll put an intersection here. Road, junction. Now, that is a T junction, which is fine, because we do need ours going out that way to the airport. And we just had the road go off this way here, so we don't need it to go that way there. So this will be what leads up to the mine. That'll be what leads to the airport. Now, I don't like that the light is going to be on the wrong side of the road. Is there another infrastructure road intersection 1 or junction 1? Is there a junction 2? No. Because that's going to put the light on that side instead of this side when it upgrades. And I kind of don't like that. Intersection is normal. Cross intersection, which we could do, but I'm not a big fan of it. We could just put in a corner. That corner turns that direction. Is there another corner? There's a gradual stair, but no other corner. Yeah, that's sad they don't have them. And honestly, if we put in the junction like I was talking, and I have it go the opposite way, the light's going to be in the wrong, right where the junction needs to be. So it makes sense that, you know, the lamppost can't be like right here in the middle of the road. It's just going to look kind of weird, but it's what we got to go with. So take care of that. Rosie will deal with that. All right, so now we'll do the mine. Just back under fundamentals. Okay. And we want to turn it because we want the... I turned it the wrong way. Where is that block? Okay, there's the entrance to the mine. So I want to turn it back one, I think. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to move this way back here. Because the road comes in right here. And honestly, we could just put it there, but I think I'm just going to tuck it back here, to be honest. And we need to move it back this way so it's not hitting the warehouse. Alright, that's good. And we're going to tuck it back just a little further. About right there should be good. Yeah, I like that. It's going to push this barrier out a bunch, which is fine. There we go. Alright, so that should be good. That gives, I do have to find that block real quick, though.
What
yeah,
block?
where the mine block is. There it is. Found it. Okay, so build options. we'll go ahead and let Bentley work on that. He can have the big project while Rosie works on the roads and the field. And I also want to get this one up to level 3. So we'll go ahead and let Rosie do her first level 3 upgrade. That should get it on par with that one, so it'll be just as tall. Yep, that'll look just like that one. Alright, so all of that is now set. They can get to work on that stuff. And I think we're going to go ahead, when those projects are done, we're going to put another tower back here. And then we're going to put another tower probably back over on this end, back over here. Somewhere back here behind the library. And then I still need to work on getting the, what in the world are you doing, ma'am? Are you bored? Why are you mining?
I was making room for the road to go here.
Oh.
So while you were sitting there explaining things, I was sitting here just trying to be nice and
Just not used to seeing you mining. That'd be like seeing me in the kitchen cooking.
You do it, though.
When have you seen me in here cooking? You see me in there raiding the fridge. I don't know about the cooking part.
Oh.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I set this? I don't think I did. Build options, Rosie, go. Okay, so now her job is set. I keep forgetting to set her to do that when I set it. So now she's going to work on the 2 roads and the mine first. Then this, and we're going to go ahead and upgrade the mine to level 3, and the field is probably going to go up to at least 2, probably 3. And we're also going to work on next getting the warehouse up to at least 2, possibly 3. I probably will just start getting all of the places we have around here up to 3. Because they look way nicer at 3 than they do at 1 and 2. And 3 is kind of the point where you have to go to a different, like 3 you have to get nether stuff. Like the shroom lights that we have in there. Seriously, they gotta figure out what's up with these guys sleepwalking or sleep sliding, I guess. But level 3 is when you have to go to the nether to get stuff. Level 4 is when you have to go to ocean monuments to get like prismarine stuff. And then level 5 is for end stuff. If it's a normal build. If you use one of the other packs, who knows if it's going to be that way or not. But at least for normal packs, that's the way it is. Why do we not have an apiarist hired? I swore we had one. Well, we have one now. I just noticed that the both things out here look pretty full, so we didn't have an apiarist. We do now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this tree down because it's going to be in their way. There we go. That'll get that out of their way. Now it looks like there's a couple more here. They're going to be in the way. Go ahead and take this one out as well. And this big one here.
All right.
And this one. And sure, we'll take that one too. Which is going to leave this little stub we got to deal with. Alright, so I'm going to let them get to work. And we'll be back in a bit with a bit of an update on what exactly they have managed to get done. See you guys in a bit. Alright, researcher says they have unraveled the mysteries of the sawmill. So, Tamara! Craft us a sawmill.
Oh,
Also,
fine.
while she's doing that, we are going to do something a little dangerous. Hopefully not dangerous at all, but could be slightly dangerous. Yeah, that's not where I wanted that. That was supposed to go other way. That's just making a literal mess of everything. So let's take that pipe out. Now see, why did you go that way this time? Okay, why did you go way over there? And I just turned that. I'm making a mess of everything. Okay, that's fixed. I don't understand the logic behind how this turns. Because that wants to go sideways, even when I'm standing above it. Basically, what this is going to do is this is going to let me put more pressure into the blue pipes, and we'll have less pressure coming out to these pipes. But I gotta get it. I don't even know what that is. Maybe that blocks it. I also hate these scaffold because I can't shift. There. That's what I wanted it to do. Thank you. Now, that should mean it says it's low side. Should not go above 4 bars. And right now, this is messed up and not letting any pressure in because we put this here. But we can fix that. We just need to have the redstone instead, which apparently it can't do it that way. So we need to go that way. And now that should let it start filling back up. But that means we got to change this again because we want it to go over 5. The reason why we're doing this is because I completely missed something. The drill bit that I needed the lubricant for is for my jackhammer. My jackhammer doesn't work without it. Now, granted, I shouldn't need this because I have this. And it'll do, depending on which drill bit I use, 1 block at a time with a base efficiency of 6. 3 blocks at a time with a base efficiency of 7. 9 blocks at a time with efficiency of 8. And then netherite, which you have to have a unassembled netherite bit, which takes netherite and the diamond, so I could technically go all the way to that. needs to be in there, which we could do that. And that max blocks per dig is 128. So technically that would be more than my drill. And why not just give it a go? I do have a bunch of netherite scrap. I have been mining to get some. And she has the sawmill done. I just seen the quest go. So we need to figure out where we're going to put that tomorrow when it's daytime, because I'm not going to try doing it tonight. We'll take a look at that because they've got plenty to build anyways. We may even do that as a separate episode. But I want to see this thing get up to the 4.5. Now this thing is on this pressure tube, so it should never get us to the 20. So I should be able to pop this off and put it on, say, over here on this blue tube, which I will basically put down underground, and we'll see if that works. See if it goes, or maybe there's an advanced one. Pressure gauge. Is there an advanced? If I could spell pressure gauge. Pressure gauge module doesn't say anything about it. Okay, so we should be able to try that on the other one. Alright, but we want this to hit the 4.5 or whatever. I gotta watch this and be careful, so be right back. Alright, we're at 4.6 and it's going down. We have no redstone to it. So now, if we do that, it should be able to continue going. Pressure's 4.5. And why are you not going above 5? Let's turn that on manually. 4.65. 4.72. I want to see this hit 5 and stop. If it hits 5 and keeps going, it's going to blow the pipe. 4.89. 5.8. It stopped it right at 4.
Nope.
No, it did stop it. Problem is, our thing can't handle 20. I didn't realize that. Okay, so turn that off. So I need a new platform. I thought the platform could handle it. Assembly platform. Alright, I can make one of those pretty quick and easy. Which means we're going to have to move this again.
Not it. I'm going to be sitting on my pretty little mangrove bench, looking at the cherry trees, blossom leaves falling.
Okay. I think this is her happy place away from Bear blowing things up and making a mess. He has a nice bench, by the way.
And it sits perfectly where you can watch these leaves fall nicely. It's just pretty.
So the platform... Oh, I just made the wrong thing. I made the platform. Platform isn't what blew. It's the controller. And I don't even remember what the heck that thing's called. There it is, assembly controller. Alright, so let's make one of those instead. It does have to be expensive on the circuits, doesn't it? Okay. So, yeah, it can only handle 5. Which makes sense for why it just blew the hell up. Alright, so we'll throw the platform in there. At least we got our card back out of it. So that means that I need to put it not off of this pipe, but off of this pipe. So we'll just simply move it here and then run the pipe down that back side there to it. And then we won't have to move everything else. So I just need, like, well, not to jump into the... Remember me mentioning the fact that you made me a Faraday?
Uh-huh.
I just tried to jump into an HV line.
Did you get zapped?
I didn't actually get zapped. I realized it after the stupid. Not before, but before actually getting zapped, though, because... Alright, so now that should stop right before 5. Because this can only hold like 4.5 now. So if we turn this back on, that should stop at like 489. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we are at 5 there. Okay. And now everything on that line running down here, and that's not good right there. There's a regular one right there. Now, technically, that is not got any pressure right now. I don't know what the actual vortex tube can handle. Pressure, no. Vortex tube is fine. Alright, so let me get that out of there. And we'll get this switched around. Give me just a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so... I got the vortex tube back in here. And I got its thing upgraded. And because I love to say it, I'm all alone.
Oh, please.
Somebody's having a slight bit of a lag issue because her internet was being really funky. So
It was complaining.
Yes, she was down to 1 bar on the tab screen thing. Alright, so we got that out. That's on the pipe. It does show now that it's on there that it goes to 20 and up to 25, so it should be fine. Now, the only issue with that is, did they change how much pressure it can take, or how much pressure the redstone gives out? Right now, there is 0 in there, which is what it should be. And if we hit this and let it turn back on, okay, emits redstone of 6. So I'm not sure how we're supposed to get this to 20. Redstone only goes to 16, which means we can only technically get to 8. But that's fine because what we need is 8.
I was about to say, anything better than 4.5.
Well, what I need for the drill bit is literally 7.
Oh.
So as long as this thing will go to 8, I'm good with that. So now I just need to make a bit of a circuit down here that will go out the full 16. And we're going to put the redstone there, which will turn it on. Full redstone. Enable on with a high signal. It is currently on and building. So now we just need to put redstone into that to make it stop. And we're going to use that. We're going to need to get another redstone torch, because we're going to have to do a redstone ladder since we don't have any redstone wire. And we're going to pop this out of here. And we're going to use one of her floor tiles so I know not to break it. Now if I put that there, that'll turn that off. So now we need the redstone to get to this when it hits 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so that's not enough. So now 14, 15. This should be good. That should give us 16. That'll then do that. Now the problem is we need that backwards. So we need to invert it again right before here. Which I think the way I'm going to do that, well, that's not what I meant to do. Not copper ore. Is we're going to break that out. We're going to break that out. Break these two out real quick. We're going to put another piece of flooring here. With another redstone torch there. That now should invert that entire system. So now it's back on and running. So now we can put this redstone here. Nope, not like that, you don't. It needs to go to the back. We're not making a clock that lags out the whole world. We put that there. That'll go into that. That'll turn off this torch, which will turn on that torch, which will turn off that torch, which will turn off the whole system. You gotta love redstone at times.
No. No, I don't.
No, you don't? I love redstone. Now that I actually know how to use it, it's interesting dealing with it, we'll say. So now that should get us right to 8. And Tamara will have to get us another piece of flooring here when she can get back on.
Oh, you can grab it yourself.
We have some?
Yeah.
Where's it
I
at?
have extras made. Blocks chest.
Okay. So, biodiesel or diesel with redstone, and it turns one full thing in. So, we happen to have all this biodiesel right here. We'll go ahead and use it. Piece of redstone. Put that in there. And put that in there. And that said it needed way more than that. Oh, the drill part needs it, not the lubricant. Sorry. That needed the heat. So now, I could turn that off, but that's going to turn off the pressure. I need the pressure. Let's go ahead and grab the bucket of that, which will get us the quest for lubricant. So now all of that is done in that area. And it's kind of weird there is no quest for the drill bit with the jackhammer, but we need 8,000 of this, not 1,000. So that's going to take a minute. That means I need to use all 4 of what we have over here. And I'll have to go get some more. Because we're going to make a diamond one. And then we might as well take it all the way up to Netherite, because why not? Alright, where are you at? You're only at 3.6, you're okay. And you're still running, so we're good with that. And we can use biodiesel, so that means we can just pop these out of here. And pop these in here. And now that should give us 4, so 2 more trips. And we'll have it done. That, and 2 more. That, and that. Alright, so I apparently missed 1 redstone. No, I didn't. I put 1 too many in because I have a bucket. So now we need to get all of this out. And over on that side, which I will take care of this without you, because this is going to be very boring. So, be right back. I'll get it all switched. Well, luckily, Tamara was the only one to get to see that stupidity.
Should I say?
Yeah, I thought I thought the barrel was empty and could not figure out why I was missing a bucket of lubricant, and here there was still one in the barrel. Alright, so there we go. Now we just gotta wait for that pressure to get all the way up to 7. And we're at 3.8 at the moment. I'm not sure why it is stuck at 3.8. It shouldn't be heating this up that much that it's going up. But we are like stuck on 3.8. We can fix it if I throw in, well, we can help it basically. We can grab this thing that we made last time, throw it right here, and throw some charcoal in it. Holy crap, we went through all 5 stacks of charcoal that I put in the back there. Alright, so that should help it feed. And now we should get up. Because we need 7, I do believe it is. Yeah, right there. We need like 7.5 to get this done. So I'm going to let it run. And I'll be right back. Well, actually, let's go take a look at what they did while they're doing that. She also gave me the sawmill. But I think I'm going to set that up in the next episode. We're already 44 minutes in for this one. But
So you need to go ahead and end it and start the next episode with finishing what you're doing.
Nope. We're go to an hour. I'm getting the drill done. They've had some short ones. They can have a nice long one. Alright, so the road got done. So now we can build out a walkway from here now. And this got done. Bentley did start up here with getting the mine area dug out. We just need to get them supplied with all the things, which with her issue she was having, she hasn't been able to do so.
How about
Rosie,
you
what do
send...
you need? You need beige bricks, huh?
That's coal and... that's gravel and something else. It's super easy.
Okay. I'll take a look at it when we get done with the episode. Let's go see how this thing's doing. I'll check both their sheets and see what I can do to get them some stuff. Alright, it's really going slow. Wow. Let's throw all that in there. I'm not sure why it's going so slow. The only thing that should be... The vortex is the only thing that should be on it right now. I can technically take it off, too. I just gotta do that, and that takes care of that issue. And it looks like it's building a bit faster now. So, I'll be right back when it gets close to 7. Alright, we're up to 6. And I want to take a sneaky peek down here and see. We're up to there. Okay.
I'm going to make you a trapdoor and some ladders so you can have a way to get
I'm
up
never
and down.
going back in there again. Don't worry. Alright, we're at 7. This should get to 7. These are at 7, but it's got to make its way through the tube. Alright, and I actually think I'm going to turn that off a little early, because we don't need this all the way at 20. This should be getting... Why is that stuck at 5? That should not be stuck at 5. 4.9. Oh, because we put the safety valve right there. So it couldn't go up to 8. Oops. Get that out of there. Alright, now it's at 7. We're at 7.27. Oops, oh no. And this has stopped. Because the redstone is right there, where it's supposed to be, stopping it like it's supposed to. Which we're going to have to give it just a little bit. So we're going to pop that out of there. Because we need this to hit 7.5. 7.4. Yeah, we're fine over there. And 7.51. Does it need temperature? If it needs temperature, that's a problem. That means you gotta put the vortex tube back on. Oh yeah, temperature of 500. Alright, well, we're putting the vortex tube back on. I didn't look at that part. Yeah, you're losing pressure, we know. Shut up. That's the wrong way around. There you go. Heat this bad boy up. Alright, let's put some of that back in there because we just dumped a bunch. Alright. All right, 6.65, 300 degrees. I'll take a couple of these out of here. 6.69, 6.7. Yeah, that vortex tube takes a lot of pressure. Once it gets up about 500, it should stop taking quite so much. We're going up 1/100th of a bar like a second or so. .81, 428. We're getting there. This is a heck of a
This is
thing.
just excruciating.
Anticipation, it's great, ain't it? I really hope that is 7, not 7.5. Nope, it is 7.5. Crap. So we still have to get to 7.5, not just 7. How are we doing on... Yeah, you done ran out. Let's fill you back up again. We're at 447. I may have to take that airframe off the back and put the... I wonder if I can put that on the top of it. I never thought about that. Is it in my backpack? Of course it's in my backpack. Where else would it be? Do you actually think I'd put something away? Yeah, look at that. Dump that heat. Or cold. Whoa, that's dumping the heat. Why is that dumping the heat? Stop that. That's supposed to be dumping the cold. What the... Why is the... That's cold side, that's hot side. Why is that temperature up? I have no idea. We're just going to ignore it. Okay, our temperature is at 6.7. Our temperature is at 350 almost. Okay. It is rising much faster now. So that did something good, maybe? Because this is supposed to be cooling. This side's up to 450. I don't think the vortex tube's working right. Why is this side colder than that side? Because we're only at 410 over here. We're at 476 and rising. And that's supposed to be the cold side. East temperature 487. West temperature minus 273. That's east that way. And this says the east temperature is 500. The east temperature is not 500. And the west temperature is supposed to be 273. And this says it's 500. I don't get it. If anybody can understand why that's so funky, you let me know. I have no clue what the heck it's talking about. It's most definitely not 500 on that side. And I don't know why it says it's 509 here. I'm confused. Well, we're back up to 6.8. We're almost out of charcoal. Let's go grab another stack of charcoal. We got plenty. We will get this drill bit done today. Whether you like it or not. Move your ass. We're at 449. And now it's going down. Because this is too hot. put that there, suck the temperature out of it, so that can go. It's sucking the temperature out of the whole system. That's not how this is supposed to work. I'm confused. And I've got a way I think I'm going to try to fix it. I'm not sure if it's going to fix it or if it's going to break it. But it's going to do something. Oh, you're kidding me. How do you make a block? I need a block. You're not going to let me make a block of uranium? Well, that's not going to work. They seriously removed the uranium block? No.
There's a block.
No, that's sheet metal. That's the ore. Block of uranium is from 9 plates in the pressure chamber. Well, we can do that. If that's what you want, we can do it. Also, why do you not have power again? Stop burning up the cable. I've got to change this all back over to MV instead of LV. Because it's just constantly burning up those cables. And I don't understand why. Because nothing over here has been running this whole time. But uranium should give us heat. So I'm going to sit it right on top of this thing. We're at 6.5. And we're back up to 430. This thing says it's 489 again. I'm lost. Okay. Put that in there. Make me a block. We're going to get some heat one way or another. And yeah, that thing's sucking up all of the pressure. We're not getting above 6. Alright, there's our block of uranium, which we're going to put right there. And now it's heating again.
But the pressure's not there.
No. But once it gets to 500, I can take the vortex tube off. Once it gets good and above, we're just going to do that quickly. And let's see what we get. Yeah, temperature's now dropping, but we're going to get the pressure up above 7, and then I'll put it back. What if, let's see, does this thing, yeah, that thing says it's at 500. Let's feed that temperature in there too. See, now it's going down, but we're above 7. I still don't quite understand this vortex tube. I did up until today. I'm just going to go ahead and pop. Okay, apparently I can't just pop you out of there. I'm going to pop this out. As soon as that thing says it's about 8 bars of pressure, which we're getting close to, 765. I'm going to put the vortex tube back in, and I'm going to put the heat sink on the back, because that's what, like, the book itself says. That you shouldn't try doing what I do. Okay, and we're going to try to do this a little bit smarter. We're going to put the vortex tube first. We're going to turn it around like that. And we're going to pop that in there. And we're going to put the heat sink on the back. Now it's cold, which is what it should be, not hot. Now we're heating, and our pressure's dropping. But once we hit 500, the pressure should start going back up, because the vortex won't be working. We're way over 500. 726, 724. Oh, we were so close. And if I pop that vortex tube back off, I'm not going to take the vortex tube off. I'm just going to take the pipe out. Let's see what that does. 650, 7.41, 76. Come on. It's running. It's running slow, but it's running. Come on, keep your heat long enough. It stopped.
Because it went under
below
500.
Yep. So now we put it back. We get it back above 500. Luckily, it holds its progress. We'll let it sit there and run for a minute. And we'll just keep doing this back and forth until we get this done. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but this works, and I'm doing it. And also, I don't think that uranium really helps much. Okay. So now, temperature starts dropping. Pressure goes back up. Come on, pressure, get up there. Don't make me make another...
Get ready to put the heat back on?
Yeah, the heat's got to go back on. It's not even going to get any of the... I got to let that get up to like 700 or some. This is a rough thing to have to do. Holy crap. There's got to be a better way of doing this than what I'm doing. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be some better way of doing it. I guess we could, have a bunch of these, but that just seems like a lot just to get one drill bit done. I think I'm going to let this hit, 800? I don't know what the max temperature is. Apparently 1,000. So we're at 750 almost. It says the east temperature of the vortex tube is at 800. But the actual processor isn't. Alright, let's try that because it's kind of stagnated and not really moving. I'm seriously thinking about grabbing that air compressor right there and just putting it right there. To where it almost is forcing... I think I'm going to too. See if I can get it to like almost force the pressure right into it. Yeah, now that pressure is really going up. But we also have the vortex tube out, so. We can't let the pressure get up to 10, but we can get it up to like 8 or so. Seven, 8. Alright, put that back on. Hey, pressure's still going up. It's going up slowly, but it's still going up. 7.3. We're at 500 again. And the pressure's going up 1/100th at a time. But it is climbing. And we only need a tenth. 800, 700, 6. We're almost there. And I don't care about that pressure. It just has to be above 800. So now it should start running here in just a second. Because we're at 7.5 and it's running. Apparently that's the way to do it. Just put the thing right in front of it. What are you at? You're at 759. Okay, you're alright. Alright, there we go. Diamond drill bit is done. Get that thing off of there before it blows something up. Get this over here so it turns that off. Yes, you're evacuating. Shut up. We don't care. We don't need you anymore. Alright, so that is turned off. Pressure is going down because we still have vortex tube on. Vortex tube is now off. And now, if we grab 4 of these, that thing really could stop evacuating anytime now. Okay, 4 gold and 4 netherite. Is this a shaped recipe? No. Alright, so there's that. And I don't even think they use a smithing table. I think this is just that. And then we stick this into here. And it's running. I can go ahead and pop these out of here because we don't need them in the way anymore. That thing has finally shut up. Go throw this over here. Yes, I made a second one. Alright, there is our netherite drill bit. Finally making its way into the holder. I said this is going to be an hour. We're at an hour and 7 minutes. As slow as this thing goes, we might be at an hour and a half by the time it gets done. Alright, so there's another right drill bit. And while it does that, let's get the jackhammer out here. Because I'm not even sure how we put this on this. I'm assuming the charging station, it's like a upgrade. I would assume. Put that in there. Upgrades. Maybe. We'll figure it out in a minute, I guess. And drop it already. Holy crap. There's our netherite drill bit. And we got an achievement for it. Alright, we can't put it in there like that. Install drill bit to use sneak right click. Oh! So we sneak right click. That gives us a GUI. And there is our drill bit. And then this is the pattern that it will do, apparently. I'm not sure what the patterns are. And to be honest, we've been here forever. We'll play around with it later. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.
Bye.